This is Alan Bush with the Daily Financial Forecast for Tuesday, September 11th. Starting out with the stock index futures, seeing some pressure developing as the U.S.-China trade situation apparently deteriorating a little bit. However, some of the pressure was mitigated by the National Federation of Independent Business Optimism Index that soared to a record today. So I would not be surprised to see a move back to higher on the session in the stock index futures with some better news on the economic front. Also longer term, it still looks like stock index futures will be underpinned by the still relatively low interest rate environment. Even though the Fed has raised rates 7 times since December of 2015, by historical standards, interest rates are still very low in the U.S. and in fact very low globally. Moving over to the currencies, the dollar index a little bit higher, the euro currency a little bit lower, even though we did see some better economic news coming out of the Eurozone. Also the pound a little bit weaker in spite of a more optimistic feeling about a Brexit outcome. Interest rate markets very much underperforming the news. The bonds lower, even though there should have been some flight to quality buying coming in today in light of the worsening trade situation between the U.S. and China, and yet the bonds are lower. That in itself should be a sign of additional weakness likely today and probably longer term. So continue to trade the bonds from the short side, especially with the Fed likely to raise rates 2 more times this year and probably another 2 more times in 2019. So good trading, everyone. Once again, remember, these are my opinions alone and are not the opinions of ADMIS or Archer Daniels Midland.